What's up, guys? Welcome to Legendary Lane's first story time, and today we'll be talking about the time Dylan fell off a waterfall.
And good morning. Yeah. We back. Look, play the simple, I've been different. Ever since my young beginning, nobody inside my basement with me, not even for a minute. I was grounded, I've been patient. Now I'm sick and tired of.
Since it's your story, you can start.
When it happened, we were up in Mammoth Pools. It's about 3.5 hours from where we live right now. We went up there to camp for a couple weekends, about 2 years ago. We got up there, started unpacking everything, and then the next day we decided to go look around and explore. We were going, and there's like a bunch of little pools and waterfalls and stuff. We went and started going over the rocks and everything, and we found a bigger waterfall. We started looking around it. I almost fell one time, and then we tried to go around the waterfall, and we had to jump to another rock, and I tried to jump to it and slipped off and started sliding down the rock and tried to grab a ledge, and my hand slipped and I fell about 20-25 feet into kind of a cave and landed on rocks and busted my head open. Phone's cracked. And I also tore my groin muscle and sprained my wrist.
He was being a baby.
And then we had to drive 3.5 hours
You're
back.
in the most important part.
Your scar.
You're in the most important part.
He's very water.
Nobody wanted to go down to get you besides me.
And I just wanted to say that was not the only path he could go. Before he even jumped, Austin and Ethan already jumped across, and before he even jumped, I thought to myself, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm going around. I started to walk around, Dylan went for it, and slid down. So, he could have gone around with me.
Cracked his head open, all kind of stuff. We had to go through like this little hole to get to him. Luckily that was there, otherwise you would have had to jump down. And when I got down there, his head was cracked open and blood going down his face. And he's like, is it bad? And I was like, nah, it's not bad. And then I had to like help him out of the freaking cave, and
We had to walk about a quarter of a mile back to camp.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was a beast, you know. They were
He was swimming.
doing all the little stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get all the way back to camp. So I was swimming back to camp. I was like going up the river, you know.
And
I got back to camp, and Ethan was carrying him. And I was like, what the
He wasn't carrying me.
Oh, because it was across the
He
river.
tried to carry me on his back, and he kept slipping
It
on
was-
pine needles.
yeah,
So he had to
pine
like
needles.
grab my arm
Pine needles
and
were
like
everywhere.
help me pull. He like pulled me.
The
Help
only
me
problem,
walk.
the hardest part about getting out of there was there wasn't an easy way to get back out.
He had to like lift me up.
Because he couldn't climb the rocks, so we couldn't go back out the easy way, so we had to go through all these rocks, and I had to like carry him through all the rocks. And there was more waterfalls, so we had to like maneuver around, and it was crazy.
We both almost fell again after that.
And then when we got there, he was laying on the table, we were looking at it, cleaning it up, and then my mom took him all the way back
To St. Agnes.
St. Agnes.
When we got, it took us about 3.5 hours to get back, and they didn't have service up there, so we couldn't call a helicopter or anything. So and every little bump, my leg would move, and I would like scream because it hurt so bad.
Your stitches and all that stuff.
Well, I had to have, in my head, I had to have 3 layers of 18 stitches. After that, I had to go back to my grandparents' house, and my mom drove back up to the campsite.
Did we stay up there, or did we?
You guys stayed up there for another 2 or
Yeah.
3 days.
And you know what's funny is, usually when we go on a camping trip, I'm usually the one that always gets hurt, no matter what. Like,
But almost every camping trip, someone has gotten hurt.
yeah,
Yeah, but I'm the safe one.
the
so
one
I
bef-
don't get
the
hurt.
camping trip before this one, we were going to a waterfall on the opposite direction. It was like a huge, really nice waterfall, and there's this dead tree. And it was like across these 2 rocks, and there's like a little cavern down the middle. What did I do? Oh, I tried to go across the log, and the log broke. It was huge, it was like a tree, and it broke, and I slid down it, but it was super funny, and I slid down the rock. It was all scratched up. I had a cut all the way up my leg. So, yeah. it's just crazy when they go camping.
I think we're missing the most important part of the story, though, is once Dylan got his stitches, he had a lightning bolt in his head. His stitches were in the lightning bolt, and we called him Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's not as bad anymore, but when he first got it, it actually looked like a straight-up lightning bolt.
Now it looks like a little freaking birthmark.
I guess that's it. Yeah, Dylan's a klutz. That's all that we have to say. And
He's not allowed to go on any more rocks when we go camping.
Yeah, if there's a rock above 5 feet, I'm not allowed to go on that camping trip.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
Yeah. Look, reminiscing, I'm a cynical nigga, like I'm playing Twisted Meadow. Foot on the pedal, still a kid at heart, so let go. My ego is chill, so chill, Bambino. Selling out the lots when I ride, get repoed. I goes in on tracks, that's deep though to you sweet hoes. Judge me, get vetoed, I see no evil. A poker face to haters, I could rob your whole casino. The emperor of punchlines, hero.